The fact is, all that's going to do is empower the establishment here in which we operate to jam through an omnibus spending bill right before Christmas. That's what will happen. That's what happens every year. And then the question will be, what is the check against that? Well, the check against that is right here. The check against that is whether or not we would support it or not. And so the question is, if you got something kicking in on January 1, that's 3 months after the fiscal year ends, as the break of a 1% reduction, which, by the way, would simply be a $15 billion cut, which is basically what we're talking about in this supposed caps deal governing what we're doing. The fact is, this is a $4 trillion increase with no teeth. None. We're still going to come back and have an appropriations battle. The likelihood of getting appropriations bills passed by October 31st, September 30th, October 31st, November 30th are pretty slim based on past history, either side of the aisle. But we'll go through the process. Hopefully we'll navigate through it. But if we don't, the fact is there will almost certainly be an omnibus effort. And then there'll just be a debate about who is the big winner. And we all know who the big winner will be. Government. Not the American people. We're not going to reduce spending through this deal unless we actually stand up and reduce spending. It'll be on us to choose to. But this deal isn't going to reduce spending, even though everybody's going around saying it will. And this deal isn't going to do anything but guarantee that in 2 years, actually 18 months, Mr. Massey's clock that he wears on his jacket is going to say 36 trillion. Last point that I'll make is just, I've talked about the statement of administration policy, is there's a significant number of folks who have been out talking about this bill. And I would just note that whether you've got Biden's economic advisor, Ramanurti, I think, due respect to pronouncing it correctly, this, quote, protects all the key pieces of legislation that the president signed into law in the last 2 years and preserves remarkable progressive accomplishments, end quote.
So more checks are on the way. Several governors have announced that their states have a surplus of billions of dollars. This is leading to the approval of new one-time rebate checks for millions of Americans. And depending on the state, eligible residents will either receive anywhere from $150 to up to $1,000. My friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video to find out if your state is on the list. Also, this coming Friday, I will be announcing more winners for the $75 Walmart gift card giveaway. If you'd like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you watch and then comment on, my friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. After an early crisis decline, states had collectively amassed their largest fiscal cushion on record by the start of the current budget year. Higher than expected tax revenue, among other temporary factors, drove the total held in savings and leftover budget dollars to new highs. As states had approached the close of fiscal year 2022, most have expected to spend down at least a portion of their surplus funds. During fiscal 2021 alone, states grew their collective rainy day funds by $37.7 billion, or an increase of about 50% from 1 year earlier. Moreover, amid widespread budget surpluses, states reported the largest annual increase in leftover general fund budget. States reported the largest annual increase in leftover general fund budget dollars. Thanks to taxpayers, Texas has a whopping budget surplus of nearly $33 billion. Texas lawmakers are required to pass a balanced budget. Exactly how they decide to use this enormous windfall is now the central conversation before the Texas legislature. Most states currently have a budget surplus, including states like California, Illinois, New Jersey, and New York. This week, Alabama lawmakers gave final approval to a one-time tax rebate that will provide $150 to single individuals and then $300 to married couples. Legislators agreed to a compromise between different rebate amounts that had been approved in the House of Representatives and the Alabama Senate. The new plan will cost the state an estimated $393 million. The bill now goes to Alabama Governor Kay Ivey's office, who will decide whether to sign the legislation into law. Senate Finance and Taxation Committee Chairman Arthur Orr said lawmakers settled on a rebate they thought would be significant but still affordable. Lawmakers are trying to make strategic choices with the state surplus, but could not fulfill every tax cut and funding requests because of concerns about an eventual economic downturn. The House had initially approved rebates of $210 and $420, while the Senate sought rebates half that size. However, some lawmakers argued that the money will not go to those who need it the most, including individuals who don't file tax returns because they either earn too little or are living off retirement benefits. The rebates would only go to individuals who filed tax returns for 2021. Republican Representative Danny Garrett, the chairman of the House Education Budget Committee, said he understood the concerns, but called the legislation essentially a refund to people who paid state income taxes. The rebate bill was approved as part of an appropriations package that has also reached final passage recently. Lawmakers approved a $9 billion education trust fund budget, which included a 2% pay raise for public school teachers and K-12 employees. Residents of Minnesota can receive up to $1,500 towards a purchase of an electric bicycle under a new program, which is approved by the state legislature this year. The bill earmarks $4 million for the rebate program over the next few years, which will be administered by the Department of Revenue on a first-come, first-served basis. 40% of the funding will be reserved for individuals and families making below the median household income. The credit will be 75% of the value, or $1,500, towards a purchase of an electric bicycle, whichever is less. Higher earners can still qualify, but the value of the rebate may be smaller than $1,500. There is a scale that decreases how much of the bike cost will be covered, depending on how much money an individual makes. The Bicycle Alliance of Minnesota pushed for the program's inclusion in the transportation spending package that lawmakers approved in the final days of session. This news comes as the state recently agreed to send tax rebates to residents of Minnesota who meet certain income thresholds. The rebates are $260 for individuals with adjusted gross incomes of up to $75,000 and $520 for couples who file joint returns with incomes of up to $150,000. People within those income limits will also receive an additional $260 per dependent for up to 3 dependents. So that means a family of 5 that meets a threshold may receive a $1,300 tax rebate. Well, my amazing and most dearest friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this Tuesday. My dearest friends, thank you so much for being here and for being part of this community. To say thank you and to show my appreciation, I will be announcing several winners this coming Friday for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter the giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, my friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed week.